Hi, welcome to New Hope Lutheran Church and Pastor Charlie's Toolbox. So today I want to talk about plumbing. I know that most newer homes have plastic pipes to bring water into the house and to spread it out all over the house wherever it needs to go. But older homes, they use copper plumbing, like what comes out of the big mine we have. So copper plumbing. First of all, we have a few tools we use with copper plumbing. And to put this type of pipe together, you need to solder it. But there's a little prep work to soldering. So you have a wire brush, the popular things. And this one cleans out the inside of joints. And this one here, there's a wire brush inside it. It cleans out the outside. So you just clean it up like this. And that starts putting the shine back on it. Something else you can use, you can just use a piece of sandpaper too. It works. A little more work, but it starts bringing the shine out as well. So something else you will need is a pipe cutter. And what you do with these, they have a very sharp wheel on them, and you put them in there, fasten it, and then you turn it around the pipe so it makes a little cut. You tighten it up, turn it around again, and every time you just keep tightening it up so the wheel goes a little deeper into the copper until it finally comes right apart. I also have one. Sometimes these are not great in big spaces, or tight spaces I should say, and so we just use a little tiny one like this. It does the same job, but you just have to turn it by hand this way. Anyway, for copper plumbing, you don't just have your pipes, but you also have your connectors for your pipes. So you have T's where they branch off. You have elbows that turn the water around. There's a 45 or a 90, and this one is a 45, doesn't quite go as far. And you also have shutoff valves. And these are kind of neat in that you, whichever way the handle is going, that's your flow of water. So if it's along the same way, water's flowing. If it's turned, that's like a dam. It stops the water. And so again, when you've got it closed, nothing gets through. And when you open it up, it goes through. So I'm just going to put together a little something here. Think of this as your feeder pipe. This is where all your water comes from, and then you want to deliver it around to your house. So you might start with a piece here, and I'm not going to solder them all together, so it's not going to be watertight, but you get the idea. And put one there, put an elbow on there, and maybe another little piece here, and an elbow on there. There we go. And we'll put a big piece here, like that. Like that. And we've got another feeder pipe here, so let's see, what can we do with that? We'll put a T on this one. Oh, that one's a little tight. Put a T there. And a piece out here. Let's say you want to go off in another direction. There, sort of like that. And what else? Oh, we're going to keep going here first, maybe. So we'll stick a T on here. Whoa. I may have to change that. Stick that on there. And we'll put one pipe this way. So that runs off another line. And what else we got here? We can run one up here. So you got lines going this way, that way, here. Actually, I'm going to change this. Come on. It's almost like a kids type toy, you know, where you mechano set or something, where you can put all kinds of things together. So you can run a separate line there. And we can put one on here. Oh. And another T. And we'll put this on there, and that on there. Put a valve on here, like that. And that can go off that way. There. Okay, I'm running out of parts. So what we have here is you have one main line coming in, and it branches off in all kinds of directions. And that goes to your sinks, it goes to your toilets, it goes to your washing machine, it goes to all the places that need water. Okay? Now, something like a shutoff valve can stop the water from going in this direction. The rest are going to be fed, but it'll stop that one. Okay? Just so you get that. Now, what we have here in many ways is similar to what Jesus describes in our lesson for today from John 15, 1 to 8. It's kind of a vine. It goes all over. It branches out. It spreads. But it's all fed by the single feeder pipe. So here we have the water would flow from a main pipe to all these different branches of pipes. And it brings water all over the house. What I want to ask you is, what happens if someone turns off a valve and you don't know about it, and it's the valve to your toilet? You've got one flush and then you've got no more water in your toilet. What are you going to do? It can be a real pain to either have to find the valve that's shut off or have to bring in water from somewhere else. You'll waste a lot of time and effort with that. Now, if we compare this to the vine in our lesson today, Jesus tells us there that we are to bear fruit, or if we are a pipe, we are to produce water and let water come out. And we are told that we should stay connected to the source, because without the source feeding us somehow, we have nothing to offer. And the main way that happens in our lives is how we use our free will. So free will is kind of like this valve here, in that we are the ones who have control of it. We make the decision whether to leave the valve full on, or just half on, or shut it right off. Now, if we shut the valve any amount, other than full on, we're not producing as much water here as there should be. And if it's off, you're not producing any at all. The danger here is that if such a line isn't working for whatever reason, we may as well just take it right off of there, because what good is it doing if the valve is shut off and no water is coming out? So today we are encouraged to stay connected to the source of life. Jesus tells us that if we do, we will be able to do amazing things to show others the glory and power of God. So I encourage you to stay connected, to keep your valve open, and be ready for the living waters to work through you in service to God and in service to others.